Well, among the other things I need to get done today, I came out a little after dark last night, and I did see a ewe that is slightly prolapsed. It's not bad, but she had some, and I don't like that. So I'm going to, as a preventative measure, go ahead and put a Prolapse spoon on her as a preventative measure. I like the Prolapse spoons. Some people use harnesses. Some people will put stitches in there to help with that, different things, different types of prolapses. This will be a reason to cull her from the herd. So she does have that mark against her, but that doesn't mean she can't go ahead and have lambs and raise lambs. And I can wait until after the lambs are born and then cull her and her lambs and make sure there's not any genetic issue with the prolapse. It's not always genetic, but it can be. They actually make a prolapse harness for this. I've actually got one, but I don't like it. This is just a standard breeding harness for a ram. So I'll put this on her, I'll adjust it up, and I'm going to use this to tie my spoon to. All right, girl, let's get this on here. Take it up a little bit. How big is that ram? Are we able to see? Let me back this camera up a little. I'm going to try to do this so that you can see. When I talk about a prolapse spoon, this is what I'm talking about. Now I've just put some baler twine on it. For wool sheep, a lot of times they'll tie these to the wool. But the hair sheep, especially now that she's shedding, I can't tie to that. So that's why I put the breeding harness on her. And I'll run these strings up and tie to that breeding harness and pull this up tight. Now this part here, you just move her tail out of the way and you slip that right up inside there, and it'll sit like this against her hips, and you pull it up tight. You got to pull it pretty snug or it'll come out. The good thing about these is, even though you got them in there pretty snug, when she goes to lamb, this will just flip right out of the way and the lamb can come right out there. That's why I like these better. So I'm gonna put this in, and hopefully I got the camera set to where you all can see something. Scoot up our little girl. We're just gonna move her tail. And we're gonna slip that right in just like that. I wasn't in the way, hope. Yeah. Tie it. As you can see, it's just tied. I apologize for the wind. It's just tied to that breeding harness. It comes back and it's slipped right in there. It's kind of hard to see with all this hair, but it's just tied here, slips in under there, and tied to the breeding harness. And she will be just fine like this. So it's tied here to the rings in the breeding harness. Now that I've got it adjusted, I'll take these slip knots out of here and tie this more permanent so something doesn't get a hold of this string and pull it and let this thing loose. That's all there is to it. Well, I hope that video came out all right. One part I did fail to mention is some lube. Before I put that in her, I lube it up a little bit, make things go better so it doesn't irritate her very much. But I've had pretty good luck with the spoons on the few times that I've had to deal with the prolapse. I would suggest order you some, seal them up in a plastic bag, and I have them just in case I need them. That's one of them things that it's not emergency when they prolapse, especially if it's not real bad. If you need to wait a few hours or whatever, go get some equipment, some medicine, whatever it is you need, they'll be fine. But I don't like it to drag out very long. It just opens things up more for a chance of infection and problems. So I keep some on hand, and that's the reason I have started using the breeding harness to tie that to, because I've always got a couple of breeding harnesses around, and at a time that the ewe might be prolapsing, I don't have them on the rams. So the prolapse harnesses, people have had good luck with them. The problem I have is that I feel like you almost need to be there when the lambs are born so that you can take that thing off or loosen it up. Same thing with doing stitches. You might actually have to be there to cut those stitches out at the right time. With this spoon, she's fine. She can wear this thing for, well, she can wear it for a couple of weeks, and whenever it's time to lamb, it'll pop right out of there, and all you got to do then is take the harness off and she's ready to go. That ewe does fine with that breeding harness and the Prolapse spoon on her. And she's a nice looking ewe. I sure hate to get rid of her, but I just can't put up with the prolapse part. It takes me a couple days to get a video ready to post sometimes, and I was all set and ready to post this video with this putting this Prolapse spoon on this ewe. And I got up this morning, and that was one of the first things I was going to do, go ahead and put that video out there. And I happened to look out, and here's what I found. This is the ewe with the Prolapse spoon. You can, yeah, you probably can't hardly see it, but that spoon has flipped up out of there. It's sticking up kind of under her tail. So she was able to have these lambs sometime this morning. They're pretty new, just a few hours old. And as you can see, that Prolapse spoon did not interfere with this birth at all. So now all I need to do is I'll get her up, I'll put some iodine on the lamb's navels, weigh them, record what they are, and I'll take that harness and spoon and everything off of her, and she'll be good to go to raise these lambs. Now again, once these lambs are old enough to wean, they will go to market. Sadly, she will also go to market. I did a video last year about a ewe prolapsing, and this is the same ewe. I said then that I would not be keeping her, and I did not intend to. What happened was I kept her around till the lambs were grown and everything was good, and then I sent the lambs off to market, and for whatever reason, she just didn't make it onto the trailer. I appreciate you all watching, and we'll see you next time. Now that I've got her in here, I thought maybe I could get a shot of just how well this spoon works. Let's see. As you can see, it has just flipped right up out of there. It didn't interfere with the birth at all. And now we can just go ahead and take those strings off there, take the harness off of her. Should be good to go.